We're now opening the floor for questions. Chona Yu, People's Journal.
Sir, good afternoon. Can you tell us more sa background nitong syndicate na to? This is the first time na nasangkot sila sa kidnapping or involved din sila sa 8 cases na recorded ngayon sa PNP?
Yes, first and foremost po, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Colonel Ragel po, the newly designated Acting Director of Anti-Kidnapping Group. Now, ang tinitingnan po natin dito is a former group na na-involved na sa previous kidnapping incidents led by a Chinese. I-withhold na lang po natin muna yung pangalan, pero may mga nahuli na tayong tao niya in the past, particularly in 2003. May mga nakuha na po tayo, but there are those that are still at large. And may mga kasama po silang Pilipino. So, as our Secretary has said po, ongoing pong effort natin, continuous follow-up operation, we do have identities that we are tracking as of now.
But in this particular case, sir, may naaresto na po ba?
Wala pa po. Wala pa po. But as I've said, sinabi na rin po ng ating Secretary, we know them and we are going after them po.
And gaano, sir, kalawak yung operation ng sindikato na ito? Gaano sila kalaki, well-equipped?
We have traced cases based on last year, nakapag-operate po sila dito sa Metro Manila area, up to Angeles City and hanggang farther north po. So basically, Luzon area po yung target nila.
Mostly Chinese po ba? And
mostly foreigners.
Opo.
It is mostly Chinese against Chinese and one Korean. Kung may naalala kayo na video na lumabas last year na may binaril sa isang restaurant na isang Chinese to Chinese na may kasamang babae tapos binaril sa Makati, yung bumaril ang main suspect namin dito.
Maris Calalini, News 5.
Magandang hapon po. Sir, paglilinaw lang, kanina nasabi po ninyo na from 20 million bumaba sa $1 million to no ransom. So ano po yung nangyari? Bakit sila napapayag?
There was never no ransom. Malapit na, alam nila na malapit na silang mahuli. And para ma-divert ng attention na hindi sila makuha. Kasi ano to hot pursuit eh. It wasn't, walang entrapment, walang checkpoint sa harap, walang CCTV camera. It was an instantaneous 10-minute decision to chase after the signal. Nung nahuhuli na, ay nakita na lang yung bata. So it was a choice between one vehicle securing the child or one vehicle going after the perpetrator. In this case, ang decision ng AKG ay kunin na yung bata at siguraduhin na safe na siya.
Pero I understand possible na may involvement sa POGO, pero nalinaw na po ba natin ano kaya yung naging motibo for kidnapping the...
It's just money. Ayun lang talaga. There's no revenge. There's no revenge. Kasi crime syndicate lang talaga.
Ivan Medina, GMA7.
Yung nabanggit po ninyong 8 cases this year, lahat po ba yun walang ransom na may bayad?
Hindi po. Meron pong instances na merong mga pamilya nakapagbigay, but through negotiation strategy, hindi naman po ganun kalaki. Up to the time na ma-rescue natin yung mga biktima, meron po mga nakapagbigay, meron ding hindi. There was a case prior to this involving a Korean national po. Seemingly, similar po yung procedure. Nung papalapit na kami, dun sa area, iniwan po yung biktima na Korean. So, may precedence na po itong nangyari na ito. It has happened before.
And none of the 8 victims in all those cases is a Filipino? Lahat po ito foreigner, ang biktima?
Meron pong kasama na pahinante at driver yung ibang biktima.
Pero ang target is obviously the
foreigner.
And sa nakikita namin, it is always foreigner against foreigner. Walang mastermind na Pilipino sa krimen na to. Ito again ay sa aming matrix na nahanap. Ito ay resulta ng POGO operations dito simula 2016 na nagkaroon sila ng lucrative means of livelihood, at since tinanggal sila dito at naiwan yung iba, ay dito nila pinasok. Nag-rise up to noong January pagkatapos ng sinira ang lahat ng POGO. Dito naman pumasok sila sa kidnapping.
Panghuli na lamang po sa akin. Higi lang po ko ng dagdag na detalye dun sa iniwang sasakyan kung saan natagpuan yung pinatay na driver. Nabanggit ho ninyo na kapag harvest kayo doon ng iba't ibang pieces of evidence, ito ho ba, did they get sloppy o sinadya nilang iwan itong mga ito para makuha yung mga numbers na tatawagan nila, ng pulisya?
I think they were in a hurry. Kasi po, pati yung other items such as yung PNP uniform na athletic, ginamit po nila na iwan doon. There were duct tapes that were left, pwede ma-process, makuha ng fingerprint, DNA samples, and various IDs po. na nakuha. And matching that with, of course, the information extracted from the cell phones, kaya po nasabi ng ating mahal na sekretary na we know them and we are going after them.
So they got sloppy, sir. I mean,
Yes, sir.
Ano yan?
isipin mo, sir, kung kahit sinong kriminal, hindi siya mag-iiwan ng trace kahit nagmamadali.
Dapat maintindihan na ang AKG natin na equipped with the latest equipment to trace the criminal elements. Nung nakaalata sila na sila ay nahabol na, I think they had, sa palagi ko lang, they had a 2-minute window to extract at the transfer to leave to another vehicle. Kaya naiiwan yun. Same with the vehicle in C5, iniwan yun doon, tapos umalis kagad. Yung pinagalisan na yun, iniwan kagad sa San Rafael, lumibat na naman sa sakyan. Ang AKG kasi parang, sila they're equipped with all the surveillance equipments. So, ang means to access the signal ay madali para sa kanila. Alam natin na Chinese to Chinese ang crime na to dahil ang communication ng magulang sa kidnappers ay through WeChat. Through WeChat sila. At Chinese ang kanilang usapan. Chinese to Chinese. So, nakikita nyo talaga na hindi to Philippine enterprise. Talagang it is a criminal gang as an offshoot ng remnants ng Pogo operations dito.
Heidi Samparo, FUBC.